So I came across the palm leaves. I heard from them before, like it is kind of in the field, you know, and I know there is, for example, a palm leaf reading. I had one actually in Bali that was different to the one I had now. So this palm leaf, my palm leaf, I came across by meeting the founder, Stefan, who was introducing me to his work, and I was really impressed by his dedication and also his journey to discover the palm leaves and then to decide to offer them to other people. And this, because usually I'm a little bit skeptical about things like that, you know. I must have a scientific background, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm not sure if this is kind of really the thing. But meeting Stefan, really, like, I really had this feeling of him being a very grounded person, very like sincere in his spiritual journey, and very sincere in his wanting to offer the gift of the palm leaf to a broader audience. And I was very impressed by that, and so I decided to have a reading. And yeah, it exceeded my expectation. Yeah. My palm leaf does an amazing job in really guiding you through the process. You have to send in your fingerprint. It's very easy to describe, so it's very easy to follow. So I did that, and then you already have the opportunity to agree on an appointment. And when you meet with, like, they are looking for palm leaves that are matching your fingerprint, and they have kind of a stack that are possible, and then you are going into a process with the two local people from India, like who have the knowledge, and also one translator and one who is really working with the palm leaf. And in this process, they're really determining, is this yours, with yes and no question. And I was really impressed by the process, actually, because in my case, we found my palm leaves with the name of my parents, and it was very interesting because I didn't say anything. You are only allowed to answer with yes and no, and I don't know, so don't bias the process. So they would ask, does your mother's name have an A in it? Does your father's name have a G in it? And when you say yes, they're kind of narrowing it down. And at some point, like after 2 or 3 questions of does it start with an A, does it have a G? And then he said, your mother has a name that is like an angel's name, and my mother's name is Angelica, so that was pretty accurate. And I was very surprised by that. And even what I found very interesting, they found the name of my father, which is a very German name. So usually, like every other country has problems pronouncing or understanding the name, but they were able to really read it out of the palm leaf, and without me putting like information in there. And that I find kind of impressive, because I was like, wow, that is very accurate, actually, to like read the name of my father and my mother out of the leaf. And then there was, of course, more things that they verified. So to be really sure that this is mine, but it was surprising how accurate they really, the information was. I was like a really good process. Like, as I said, I'm coming from business. I have an eye on like how does it feel to to be a customer, or what's a good customer interaction, and they're really doing a great job. Also, I find the reader and the interpreter there, for me, it was very good, a very beautiful exchange, very clear, very meaningful. There was a lot of care also. There was a third person present if I should have any questions or if I didn't understand something wrong. So I felt guided and very supported through the process, and it was very clear. I was a little bit like, this is where I was first a little bit shy to look for my palm leaf, to be honest, because you know, this kind of, when you have like a reading and then you have in your mind, this is gonna happen, and then you'd be like, yeah, is it my destiny, or am I now building it because I know it, you know? I have a little bit of fear around that, if I'm creating self-fulfilling prophecies, you know? And there is one part of me that doesn't want to know too much, and is a little bit scared, like also to know something that might be not beneficial. But I then agreed to have a palm leaf reading, because the thing is, it is not about this is your fixed destiny. It helps you, because it works with your karma, it helps you to understand what might be not beneficial for you and how to mitigate that. So you really get the means and a suggestion how to address things that might be not beneficial or you might not want. And it is a possibility, it's not like a fixed thing. So with that, I opened myself up and agreed and to have the reading. And for me, it was very helpful, because the thing is, what I found that actually what they were telling me matched a lot of my intuition I had already. Like, I'm kind of already with my business, and also what I'm kind of going to. It was very matching to what they read in the palm leaf. Like, and I was like, wow, actually I'm on that track, and it is something that I really want. And it really gave me the security to trust also my intuition more, to trust my vision, like what the vision for what I desire in my life, to really trust that and be like, it has wisdom in it. It's just not some kind of belief or anything I'm running after. There is something, actually there is a wisdom in that. So what it really helped me is to embrace my intuition like more, and to have the sense of, yeah, trust in that I'm on a good path. Like, it's gonna be all right. This is like kind of my main thing I got out with it, is like, I'm gonna be all right. And then there is some blockages in my way that I actually knew already, because I'm already working in that. So he was kind of mentioning 3 major things in my life. I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that. Like, I was already working on it, and I had the suspicion that it has kind of a karmic load to it, because like I'm working on it for 4 years now. And it also gave me kind of the, I had a good feeling here, and I can help and support the process by some more pujas, some more processes, but also here I'm on a good way. So to sum up, it really helped me to find like trust and confidence in my own intuition, and to also more clearly address one or the other things, like to embrace it even more. It's not just an idea that I have, but it is really valuable. So for me, it was very helpful, actually, very, very helpful, and very, like, on a deep level, very moving for me. So I was surprised. I never had a reading, like I had several astrological readings, and they were kind of helpful, but also kind of, I don't know. But that one was very different to all the other readings I had. It was more profound, more deep. I really had a sense of, okay, this is really helping me on my path and in my life, to have the clarity, and to really create my own destiny. And it was very impressive for me, very impressive. Like, as I said, I'm usually a skeptic, but it was speaking to a lot of things that I knew or had intuitions to, and I even didn't dare to believe them. And so this also helped me to really find trust in my own insights. Yeah.